Hello, this is Blue Star, Defender of Equestria, and this is my afterthought review of Guardians of the Galaxy. My initial thoughts of this movie is that it's okay, it's not great, it's not bad, it's definitely in the plus category though. It's like, I finally got around to watching this movie because, well, it was mentioned in an IGN video about, oh, they want to make the next Star Trek movie more like Guardians of the Galaxy and have a character like Rocket in it, and I wanted to see what that meant, and not to mention I wanted to see what all the fuss was about of this movie, because I've never heard of Guardians of the Galaxy before, so yeah, I'm assuming that they're another comic book or something made by Marvel. Because, yeah, I've simply never heard of these characters before. So that's my first problem with this movie, is that if you don't know these characters in the universe, you're gonna get left behind a little bit, and it's just gonna be, I spend a lot of my time in this movie going, huh? Or, wait, who is that? And why should I care about them? And the other is that, wait a minute, I don't understand what happened, or wait a minute, you just forgot about something. Yeah, I must admit, I don't even remember a lot of the characters' names. There's a lot of characters. There's a lot of stuff going on. We were introduced to this world very quickly and everything, and things are moving along at a fair pace, but it's very easy to get left behind if you're not paying close attention and everything. And if you're a fan of the original comic books, you'll probably know all these characters, know who they are and everything, and you're probably fine. But if you're new to the series or whatever, yeah, you're just simply gonna get left behind. So that's never a good thing. That's why exposition is such a difficult thing. I mean, I think in this case they're assuming that the audience roughly knows who these characters are, and we don't have to take you aside and really explain things to you. But, and I guess that's okay. Just like the reason why I think the MOP movies, Equestria Girls and Rainbow Rocks, are not quote-unquote general releases is primarily because if you've never seen the show at all, you won't have an idea of what's going on, and certainly the ending of the first Equestria Girls will not make sense to you. You'll be completely lost and everything, and you'll just be like, huh? What the heck? So anyway, moving beyond those things, I do have to say there was definitely a lot of action in this movie, to say the least, and it was all really good, and I do have to say that it was kind of nice to see a semi-tactical nature to this fight, that, the enemy does one thing, we do another thing, and then the enemy does something else to counter it and everything, and I like that. I like that it isn't just simply, okay, let's just charge at the enemy ship and just shoot it to pieces. It was much more complicated than that. But I did know, however, when the Nova Guard say we're going to interlock our ships and we're going to stop the enemy battlecruiser from getting to the ground, it's like, I knew it's going to be a bad day for these guys. It's like, you're all going to die. No. That was a bit sad and everything, and that didn't make me happy too much. It's like, at least they died fighting for their world. Oh, dear. Another thing I did like about this movie, I must admit, as an engineer-type person, was the ships. The ships were kind of interesting. They were kind of unusual, but plausible at the same time. They were very unusual looking, but they look like they might actually work and would sort of be something that someone might actually build, which I think always is something that makes a really good ship. It has to look cool, but it also has to be plausible too. And I'm just going to leave that there. I could definitely go into an entire video on how some ships look cool, but don't make a lot of sense from a functional standpoint. I have to admit, one of those ships was the super bad guy battleship thing, which I can't remember the name of. It's like, it's probably one of the least threatening warships ever. Because it appears to not have any guns of its own. It looked cool, it looked threatening, but without its fighters, it's just a big target, so that was kind of lame, but whatever. Anyway, moving on to the actual story, the characters. I kind of like the characters, but a lot of them are being, well, jerks. Like, Rocket. I do not like Rocket. He's a jerk. All I'm gonna say is that I definitely don't want to see a character like him in the next Star Trek movie. Let's put it this way. There's no way that a character like Rocket would be allowed on the bridge of the Enterprise. There's just no way. And honestly, I want it to stay that way. which is fine. You know, Star Trek and this movie are two completely different deals. Star Trek is meant to be much more, well, it's meant to be classic science fiction and, you know, cerebral and thoughtfulness and all those things. It's meant to be more serious. Well, this movie was really meant to be more fun and kind of, I was gonna say casual, but, you know, it's sort of immature, shall I say. I mean, I don't like these kind of characters that, like, you know, they're cursing left and right, they're being very immature, and they're motivated primarily by greed and self-interest. Oh, darn. Again, Krell, I believe his name is, the human hero guy. Sorry, again, I just don't know these characters that well. This is the first time I've heard of them in anything. It's like, he often gets out of a jam by convincing his friends and whatever. It's like, you know what, it's actually in your best interest to do what I say you should do. Again, that's fine at the beginning, because that's what this movie's about. It's about how these unlikely heroes who primarily are motivated by greed and self-interest, so that they're not heroes, how they do become heroes, and how they form this team and everything. But yeah, I mean, that was kind of cool, but honestly, I really don't buy this. I don't buy this relationship and these relationships that they're forming. I don't feel that they're strong enough to, you know, do the kind of things that they do. Like when Gamora is like out in space floating around and everything like that, and Quail goes and basically risks his life to go save her. I'm thinking, wait, what? Why is he doing that? He's just met her, and as far as we know, there's no reason for him to do something like that. Like risking your life for this person you barely know. It's not like he secretly loves her or anything like that, or maybe I just missed that part. I mean, I don't know. I was like, that didn't make any sense to me for him to go do that. I mean, it's like, yeah, I don't want her to die, but I don't think I want to risk dying in the vacuum of space for her either. Oh dear, that's hard. There's a lot of those moments where it's like, okay, I can kind of see the motivation, or there's probably something there, but it doesn't feel like this works or this flows. And there's a lot of definite problems from time to time with the plot, or things that, you know, it's like, I know that's not gonna work, or it's like, or you idiot. There's a lot of those. It's like when Drax basically summons the bad guy so he can go and kill him. It's like, did you really think that you were just gonna walk up to this guy and just kill him? He's like, I assume he's more than a mere mortal. He's something else. Did you really think you were just gonna be able to kill him? It's like, you idiot. You just lured the entire enemy fleet to us, you moron. So yeah, that was kind of dumb. And not to mention how they planned to kill the super bad guy at the end was kind of like, this isn't gonna work. It's like, so you're just gonna bust out the door, pull out a really big gun, and then shoot him in the chest? That's not gonna work. That'd be way too easy. And furthermore, after they shoot the guy in the chest and the ship crashes into him, it's like, did you really think that, you know, crashing a ship into this guy was gonna kill him? You just shot him with this crazy gun and he just went, ow. Do you think trying to crush him with a spaceship is gonna do any better? It's like, and then all during that scene where the ship is crashing, it's like, you realize he's not dead, right? That he's still, like, over there, like, unconscious or something, and that, you know what, we haven't saved the world just yet, he's right over there, and he's about to destroy the world. Oh, dear, it's like, yeah, there were a lot of those, and there's definitely moments where I'm not with these characters because they're behaving like such jerks and everything. It's like, and even the message when they go warn the Nova Guard about, oh, the bad guys, it's like, oh man, what can I say? I'm just not a believer in using foul language this way and being and acting like an immature jerk. What can I say? I just don't like that. So yeah, I mean, but I could see how a lot of people could like that and think that's funny, and it is funny, but not my thing. So yeah, that again, it sort of almost prohibits me from enjoying this movie as much as some people do. It's definitely not a bad movie. I almost wanted to give it at first a neutral grade. But it definitely goes into the positive area. So it's an above neutral grade. But yeah, I definitely don't think this is the greatest movie ever, like some people proclaim that it is. It's pretty good. It's definitely one of the better movies of the year, but it's definitely not the greatest movie ever. And it's kind of interesting, and it was kind of cool, but I must admit there were times it was just simply pathetically predictable. and things just don't fit. They don't really work together. It's like, I don't buy that. And definitely, if you're not familiar with these characters, it's very easy to get lost and just simply be in the state of wondering, wait, who is that? Or why should I care about this? Or wait, what just happened? But still, it was very fun. The action was very good, and I'm again glad that it was more than just pull out your gun and mindlessly shoot at things and everything. That was good. I do like to see semi-tactical nature to combat and everything. And then I did like the ships and sort of the weapons. They were kind of interesting. They were, again, unusual but plausible, and I like that. So overall, this was a good one. It's not my favorite movie. I'd watch it again, but I've seen better. But then again, I've seen much worse too, so... So anyway, I think I'm gonna leave that there. So that is the end of my Afterthoughts review of Guardians of the Galaxy. This is Blue Star. Stay strong and pony on. Blue Star out.